Assalamu alaikum, my fellow Muslim brothers and sisters. So, I haven't been around for a while and I haven't posted much videos. But in today's video, I will expose one of the blatant lies and incompetence of these evangelical Christians when it comes to history. When it comes to history, quite frankly, the evangelical camp doesn't know anything about it. And I will prove it to you in this video how.
Now in this video he attacked Christians as usual, and he said that the Christians are the most people who hate the Judaism, and for sure the Muslim, he called him and he asked him about what happened in Germany, etc. Like how many Jews the Christians killed. In fact, what happened in Germany, it was the Christians fighting the Nazi, and the army of Hitler was the Muslims, not the Christians. And all of us, we know the story, how many hundreds of thousands of Muslims from the Ottoman Empire and Bosnia and Sarajevo exactly, and from Albania, etc. They joined the Hitler army to kill the Christians and to kill the Jews.
As you watch, this Arab goat, this Arab peasant, spat few lies in just few seconds. So one of his lies was that the thousands of Muslims from the Ottoman Empire, Bosnia, Albania, was actually like fighting alongside Hitler. Well, that was his words. Well, World War II happened and it started from 1939 to 1945. And the Ottoman Empire was officially dissolved in 1923. How come an empire that was ended, decades ago, could send armies or soldiers to fight alongside Hitler and the Nazis? Well, that was actually that's his ignorance, or I don't know, maybe he lied or something like that. But most of these evangelicals are incompetent like this; they are ignorant about history. And there's a channel by the name of Knowledgia, which is it's a channel that speaks about history, talks about history and stuff like that. And let's watch and see what was the stance of the Republic of Turkey. Yes, during World War II, there was no Ottoman Empire. There was the Republic of Turkey. And what was the stance of the Republic of Turkey during World War II?
It is with emotion that Turkey too follows the effort for the establishment of world peace after the catastrophes and sufferings caused by World War II. The sole desire of peoples everywhere is directed towards the attainment of the goal for humanity to live in peace on the foundation of the principles proclaimed by the United Nations. Hizmet İnönü, President of Turkey, November 1st, 1945. The goal of Turkey during World War II was fundamentally to just stay out of it.
Alright, now let's quote some sources. Turkey clung to neutrality until the defeat of the Axis powers became inevitable. It entered the war on the Allied side on February 23, 1945, mere weeks before the war's end. Another source says, Turkey remained neutral during most of the war, though it was in a military alliance with Great Britain and France concluded in 1938, and openly sympathized with them in opposition to Nazi Germany. While it's true that some Muslims fought for the Nazis during World War II, their numbers, however, were around 72,000 people according to multiple sources. And most of them were in Waffen SS. And why were they fighting for the Nazis? Well, let's watch the reason behind it. Let's see it.
The Germans ordered the reconstruction of a collection of mosques, madrasas, and prayer halls that had been destroyed by the Soviet Union prior to German occupation. This move served as both a deed of defiance towards the Soviets and a hopeful act of friendship towards the Muslims. Another potential sign of unity that the Germans likely noted came in the form of shared enemies.
At the height of the war in 1941 to 1942, when German troops entered Muslim-populated territories in the Balkans, North Africa, Crimea, and the Caucasus, and approached the Middle East and Central Asia, the Nazi occupiers ordered the rebuilding of mosques, prayer halls, and madrasas previously destroyed by Moscow, and the re-establishment of religious rituals and celebrations in order to undermine Soviet rule. So one of the things that the Muslims were fighting for the Nazis during World War II was because of the Soviet rule. They were fighting against the Soviet Union. Now let's go and see how many Muslims were fighting for the Allies, right, against the Nazi Germany. According to multiple sources, the number of the Muslims that were fighting for the Allies during World War II were around 2.5 million. Let's read this source. Researchers have spent the past 6 years delving into military, diplomatic, and private archives, including diaries and letters across 19 countries, accessing more than 850,000 documents in French, English, Farsi, Urdu, Russian, German, and Arabic, as well as hundreds of images. They estimate that 2.5 million Muslims contributed to the Allied cause either as soldiers or laborers, the first time such a figure has been established. So 2.5 million Muslims were fighting the Nazis, and 72,000 Muslims were fighting for the Nazis. So and some of these people just undermine 2.5 million Muslims and just stick with 72,000 Muslims that were fighting for the Nazis, while most and the majority of Muslim world were against Hitler and the Nazi Germany.
Soldiers: 400,000 Indians in the British Indian Army, 200,000 Algerians, 100,000 Tunisians, 40,000 Moroccans, 100,000 West Africans, 5,000 Somalis and Libyans in the French Army, 5,000 American Muslims, and 1.3 million Russian Muslims. Labourers: 100,000 Egyptians, 35,000 Chinese Muslims, 130,000 North Africans, 200,000 Sub-Saharan Africans, and 40,000 Indians.
In conclusion, the Muslims who fought for the Allies during World War II were about 2.5 million people, and the Muslims who fought for the Nazis during World War II were about 75,000 people. And if you do the math, you will know that 75,000 is 0.29% of 2.5 million people. Anyways, I wish I had let the Christian Pig to do the math, since he is really good at it.
Number 1 Sahih al-Bukhari, number 1 Sahih Muslim, number 3 Sunan Abi Dawud, number 4 Jami al-Tirmidhi, number 4 An-Nasa'i, and then number 6 Sunan Ibn Majah. Those are the authentic books, you idiot.
So to the rest of you guys, Assalamu alaikum.